Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, grade 6 7 students. Sorry, as this is my first time I'm going live, that's why I didn't know what to do. But inshallah, I will understand and I will learn all the process. So here we are going to do the worksheets of class 6, and that is chapter number 9. Okay, so a machine is any tools. You can see that here I have answered with yellow highlighter. Okay, so a machine is any tool that makes work easier. So the answer is work. So machine helps us in doing any work. In fact, even something as simple as hammer is a machine. So too is your elbow or a pair of scissors. Scientists agree that there are 6 kinds of simple machines. They are the lever, inclined plane, wheel and axle, screw, pulley, and wedge. See, even grade 5, there is a chapter number 10. It is just like grade 6 chapter number 9. So grade 5 can also take help from this video of live streaming. Okay, we were there. They are the lever, inclined plane, wheel and axle, screw, pulley, and wedge. What is a lever? A lever is a straight rod or bar that rests on a single point like a seesaw. The support that the lever rests is the fulcrum. Okay? In seesaw, the fulcrum is in the middle. So it is the first type of you know that there are 3 classes of levers. Do you remember I have told you a secret tip that first class lever is in which fulcrum is in the center, EFL. Okay, and in the second class lever I have told you that load is in the center, ELF. Okay, and in the third class lever I have told you that it's left, as like your jawbone. This is third class lever. So we're coming back to our fill-ups. We were doing that. The support that pushing off the ground provides the effort. He is applying energy to make the seesaw move. The person being lifted on the other end of the seesaw is the load. But the fulcrum doesn't have to be in the middle. The fulcrum of a wheelbarrow is the wheel. The load is the bucket where the heavy items are carried. The effort is at the handles where person can lift the wheelbarrow up. Now we'll do MCQs. Class 6, I'm again telling you that it's for your help to learn your worksheets. Now MCQ number 1 is, what is the unit of force? So we measure force in newtons. What is a simple machine? A simple machine is any tool that makes work easier. Third is, how many kinds of simple machines do scientists recognize? So we have studied 6 simple machines, and I think now you can name them very well. Now question number we will move to question number 3. There is a rod, there is a big rock, and there is a small rock. So can you change it into a machine? So we will set the diagram like this, that we will put the rod in the middle, we will put the small rock at the base, and we can now lift up the big rock. And what machine have we made? We have created, it is a lever. Okay, now we will move to question number 4, and question number 4 of your worksheet is, I think it's yes, it's columns. So I'm helping you here. Drill is screw. Okay, drill is screw D. Chisel is wedge F. Playground slide is inclined plane. Bicycle is wheel and axle. Spade is lever, and flagpole is pulley. Okay, now we will move to next question number 5 of your worksheet, and that is, I think it's a fill-up type of question. Yeah. So here we have to fill the correct words from the word bank. The first one is, the three parts of a lever are fulcrum, effort, and load. Second is, a screw is a simple machine used to join or press objects and materials together. And third is, an accelerator moves people up or down on a sloping surface, so it's an inclined plane. A wedge is a simple machine with one sloping edge that may be sharp. And then the block and the tackle is a type of pulley system. Okay, now we will move to our next chapter worksheet, that is properties of light. So properties of light is very easy. Now question number 1 is, choose the correct option. Which of the following object will not make a dark shadow? You know that any transparent thing will not make a dark shadow, that's why its answer is glass jar. The type of reflection produced by a plane mirror is called a regular reflection. Which of the following statement about the image produced in a plane mirror is true? They are smaller than the object. Okay, then a periscope, it is always having 45-degree angle, that's why it is creating the correct opposite in direction image. Okay, and I looks like at the image of a burning candle in the pinhole camera. Down in the image is down in the camera and up on the retina. Which of the following instruments or devices does not contain a lens? I think a mirror, it's like that. So the answer is a reflecting telescope, because they can see telescope doesn't have mirror, it has lens. Question number 7 is, which of the following statement is true? In a pinhole camera, its correct answer is, only a small hole gives a sharp image. Okay, now we will move to next sheet of your worksheet. Okay, question number 2 is about the true false. Light can pass through any type of material. False, you know that light can, they are transparent, translucent, opaque, and other objects. Opaque, from opaque light cannot travel, that's why its answer is false. We can also okay, a mirror can reflect. These are true false. You can solve them out easily. Is there any problem? You can ask. Light travels in straight lines. True. Light. Now match the scientific word to its definitions. I have sorted it out. There is another thing I've done. There is another page I'm showing you, that I have matched the things with the definitions. Okay, so I'm bringing that page to you. You should learn these definitions as well, that transparent is that object through which light, yes, translucent describes a material that allows some light to pass through it. Transparent describes a material that doesn't allow light to pass through it. Transparent allows all light to pass through it. Translucent allows some light to pass through it. Opaque never allows any light to pass through it. That's why they make shadows. Reflection, light rays that bounce off, strike back. Okay, reflection is striking back the light. And visual is an image that cannot be focused on a screen. It's not real. Luminous is light producing object like sun, stars. Okay, candle, burning candle. Incident ray is a ray that strikes a surface. Normal is the right angled line drawn on the surface of a mirror at which any incident ray hits that surface. Then shadow, an area where there is no light. Shadow is mostly formed by opaque objects when it is blocking the light. Then scattering is the light reflected in all directions. Now we will move to our next page of the worksheet, and the worksheet next page is question number 5 by mistake has been done here. We will do later question number 4. The question is first written: the image formed by a concave mirror is virtual upright and larger than the object. What does this tell you about the distance between the object and the mirror? See students, concave mirror. The object is very close to the mirror. Okay, concave mirror is actually magnifying. If there is a small thing, it will magnify its image. Okay, I think at page number 120 of your science book you can see that the dentition is looking and using a concave mirror to see the teeth of the person. So concave mirror is used to magnify. So now B is the image formed by any other concave mirror is real, inverted, upside down and smaller than the object. What does this tell you about the distance between the object and the mirror? Now all the things that I was telling you have been changed. So the object so actually the distance it will be increased, all the things will be changed for concave mirror, right? If the distance is closer, image will be magnified. If the distance is long, image will not be magnified. It will be virtual. It will be. Now we will move to give 2 uses of convex mirrors, and then they have asked give 2 uses of concave mirrors. Convex mirror, you know that they are used in staircase mirrors, they are used in double-decker buses. Actually, convex mirror used to see distant things in the supermarkets as well. It is also shown in page number 181 of your book Oxford Secondary Science. Now the uses of concave mirrors are very important. They are used in the dentition shops. They are used in highlighting traffic headlights and in reflecting telescopes. They are actually, our glasses are also concave mirrors. Now we will move to our next slide. That will be question number 4. Actually this was the slide which I was thinking will come first, but by mistake it has come now. Question number 4 was actually fill-ups, so I have solved this out. Light is a form of energy. It is needed for us to see things. See, the answers are written in bold. Light is a form of energy. It is needed for us to see things and for plants to make their food. Most of our light energy comes directly from the sun. Other natural sources of light include the stars, lightning, fire. Animals such as fireflies, glowworms, and some deep sea fish give out light as a result of chemical reactions in their bodies. Light energy is also given out by burning fuels and electricity through light bulbs. I think our chapter number Properties of Light, chapter number 10 is finished. Now we will move to our next worksheet, and that is chapter number 2, sense organs. The live streaming, second live stream was ended at this searching. So sense organs are it's chapter number 2. These are the fill-ups of first question. you can solve them. Human skin has nerve endings sensitive to touch, pressure, pain, and temperature. Then they're asking that what are the nerve endings called? They are called receptors because they receive signals or stimuli from the outside world. Then they are telling that what happens, actually the pressure difference in receptors are concentrated. So it is actually now on tongue, we can and fingertips are concentrated in the skin. The pressure receptors are concentrated in the skin of the tongue and fingertips. Okay, then they are saying that the texture of the object, whether they are hard or soft, they are also detected by our skin. Most organs and tissues have this. Pain act as warning for signal. It tells the brain with the body that there are separate heat and cold receptors as well. Your fingertips can detect temperature difference as well. I will move to chapter number 2. I think this is the last worksheet of grade 6, and then after that we are going to the next page of worksheet, and the worksheet next page is showing you question number 2, the MCQs. The amount of light in entering the eye is controlled by iris. Okay, the cornea of the eye is the transparent part of the sclerotic tissue. A cricketer loses the sight of one eye in a car crash. The other eye is not affected. When he plays cricket again, what will happen? He cannot judge how far away the ball is, because the eye is also telling you, it's also balancing you, it's also telling you from which direction the ball is coming. If one eye is damaged, the direction will not be properly synchronized. Question number 4 is, a boy is told to shut his eye and some food is put on his tongue. He would best be able to what it is by using. So a boy, yes, taste, smell, and this. Okay, now question number 5. A man with a heavy cold finds his food doesn't taste because his blocked nose cuts out his sense of smell. The 3 tiny bones, where they found? They are found in our middle ear. Okay, and they transmit the sense of balance. Okay, a girl, I think now we will move to next page. Okay, the 4 basic taste of our tongue is we have not done 7th one. A girl who is going to a wedding sprays some long lasting perfume. So after some time there is no smell. Why? Because her sense of smell has become used to that smell. Okay, now the 7th one is 8th one is actually the 4 basic tastes to which your tongue is sensitive is sweet, sour, salt, and bitter. Okay, now we'll move to our next page of our last worksheet, grade 6. Then we will be definitely going to class 7. The structure of eye. That is very important. Okay, I have told you already. We have studied that together in our video. Okay, one more thing, students. I have shared all my links with the chapter names in the description, so it will be helping you. Okay, it will be helpful for you. For example, suppose you need one chapter, then I have numbered that chapter, I have numbered the class, and I have put the link so that you can view easily while doing your preparation. Now question number 3 is, the diagram is showing about the structure of eye, human eye. First question is, what is the job or function of the pupil? You know that very well. It allows light into the eye. Okay, which part of the eye carries nerve impulses to the brain? It's the optic nerve. Okay, what is the function of ciliary muscles? You can see up and down of the lens. They are actually doing what? They are changing the shape of the lens and they are focusing the light on retina. What is retina? Actually, retina is mainly sensitive for the eye for our sense of watching. How can we see? Now deep C part is what is the oh no D part is name two types of light sensitive cells in the retina. They are rod and cones. Then E part is which three parts of the eye are transparent? Conjunctiva, cornea, and lens. Now we will move to our air. Structure of air is left. Yes, structure of air is left. So hang on with that. Yes, the sound waves when enter in air, they enter and strike the eardrum. What does eardrum do? It vibrates. Where is eardrum? It's in the middle ear. Then what happens? Then we will, there is another question of question number 4. I think it's the B part. And this will be the last of question of class 6 worksheets. Then we'll move for grade 7. Which part of the air generates or makes electrical signals? The cochlea. It's the semicircular type structure that is filled with sensory cells. Now Shahid is playing his stereo in his bedroom. He turns the volume down. What effects will this have on what is happening to his eardrum? The vibrations will be smaller, have lower amplitude and less energy. Now second question is, the next track on his CD has a much lower pitch. What difference will be there? It will vibrate more slowly. The vibrations will have lower frequency. Now Shahid, third question is, Shahid's grandma doesn't notice the noise of the stereo. Reasons we have to tell. There are 3 reasons. Form hearing deteriorates, gets worse with the age. Her ears may have been damaged by loud noise, illness, infection. They're blocking her ears. Now we will move to grade 7. So I think grade 6 it will be helpful for you. Now we're moving to grade 7. Okay, grade 7 has 5 chapters. I have 3 chapters. Chapter number 5, Reproduction in Plants. Chapter number 9, Physical and Chemical Properties. And chapter number 10, Heat on the Move. We will directly move to the worksheets. And as I have been always doing for your help, that I have highlighted the MCQs with yellow color. So let's move with question number 1. Which chapter is it? It's chapter number 5. Chapter number 5, grade 7. Are you here? You can comment. You can ask questions. I am live here. I can answer your queries. Okay. So MCQ 1 is the most important part of a plant for the continuation of the species is the flower. Okay. Second is the flowering plant. Sexual reproduction involves the formation of seeds. In the order of the parts of a flower from outside inwards is sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels. It's not A. The correct answer is B. Fourth is, what is the male sex cell in a plant? Pollen grain. Where is it's in the pollen grain? Which of these is a female sex cell? It's ovary. Which of these is the female sex cell? It's not A, it's D. Ovule or egg cell is the female sex cell. Okay, 6. The part of the flower to which pollen grain carried by the insect stick is called the stigma. Hay fever is caused by pollens where the male cells are there of plants. Now 8 is, which of these stages is the beginning of fertilization? C. Pollen lands on the stigma. Ninth is, because a watermelon fruit contains many seeds, it means its flower has many ovules. C. 10th is, which of these conditions is not suitable for the germination to occur? Cold. Which of these is not a method of seed dispersal? Fog. You find a new fruit with a thin flattened piece sticking out from it, so wind is going to definitely flew it away with it. Definitely it will be wind pollinated flower. Which is the wind pollinated fruit? No, dispersal will be done by wind. So now we will move to 13. What is the first part to emerge when a seed germinates? Yes, roots, baby root, and baby root is called radicle. Sexual reproduction is a big advantage to a species because it provides lots of variations in the species. Which of the strawberry plant produces if it is not producing seeds? It's vegetative production. The types of vegetative reproduction in potato is done by tuber. Now we will move to next page of worksheet of chapter number 5. This says the diagram below is showing the wheat flower. You can see that there are no brightly colored petals, so this is definitely pollinated by wind. Okay, it's a wheat flower, or might be it's a rice flower. The flowers that are pollinated by wind. Now there are questions and their answers are here. The stamens is adapted for wind pollination, as I've told you, because it sticks out from the flower to catch the wind. The anther is loose to blow around in the wind. The anther is loose to blow around in the wind. Okay, then B part, the stigma, grade 7. I am here to help you out as it's locked down. Many students have some problems in their concepts. Now B question is about the female part of the wheat or rice wind pollinated flower. It is about stigma. Stigma is adapted for wind pollination because it is large and feathery. Can you see the feathers? To act as a net to catch blown away wind blown pollens. So see, Allah has created everything so beautifully. Every structure has some phenomena behind it. C part is the fact that the stamens and the stigma of the flower are not ripe at the same time. This is an advantage. Why this is an advantage? Because it stops the flower from pollinating itself. Okay, self-pollination is not creating too many varieties as compared to cross-pollination. You should learn their definitions too. I think you know the difference as well. Now D part, they're asking, flowers like those of the apple tree have brightly colored petals to attract insect. Grass flowers, wheat flowers do not need to attract insect because they have these tactics, feathery stigma, pollens and this and that. You can see the picture we have done. Now we'll move to next page of the worksheet. MCQs are here. Okay, I think we have done the worksheet of reproduction of plants, chapter number 5. Now we are moving to chapter number 10, heat on the move. Do you remember the numbers of chapter grade 7? So heat on the move is chapter number 10, where we have studied 3 phenomena: convection, conduction and radiation. Right? Heat is transferred by Three processes. Move on. So choose the correct answer. In a 8-story block of flats, the boilers from the central heating system should be at the basement. Second question is, which of the following will be the best conductor of heat? Iron, of course, it's the metal. The Inuit or Eskimo people, they live in the polar regions, can keep warm inside igloos made of blocks of ice because ice is a good insulator. It doesn't allow the snow to enter it doesn't allow the heat of the Eskimo people to go out from their igloo. Now, fourth, a man builds a hut with a corrugated iron roof in a country which has hot days and cold nights. The hut will be hot during the day. Okay. A coal fire gives out heat mainly by convection and radiation. See, there is a difference. If conduction is there, the transfer of heat is done by solids. Okay. If convection is there, the transfer of heat is done by liquids and gases. If radiation is there, no need of any material is there. Heat will be transferred by just the transfer, by just the as light is transferring. So convection and radiation. Winds form because air which is cold is less dense than hot air. Heat loss by convection current is stoppered in a stoppered flask is prevented by making a vacuum between the walls. Now we will move to next page of our worksheet. Heat on the move. Okay, on a hot sunny day it will be coolest to wear a loose white shirt. White shirt doesn't absorb any light, and black shirt absorbs all the light. So don't wear black suit during hot days, during summer. Okay, ninth is, a certain kind of pie needs a hot as an oven as possible. The best place to bake it would be on the top shelf. Okay, which one of the following statement is true? Conduction cannot take place in a vacuum because it needs solid particles. Which one of the following statements true for convection is faster in gases than in liquids? Because convection is dealing with liquids and gases. Which one of the following statement is true for radiation? Travels in straight line. It's just like light. Okay, modern buildings often have a double pane in the windows because air trap between the pans reduces conduction. Now we'll move to next page of heat on the move. Only grade 7, our last chapter worksheet is left. All worksheets are done. Oh yes, this is very helpful for you. A tiled floor feels cold when you walk on it bare feet. You are standing on it, you are solid, the tile is solid, definitely it's conduction. Heat from the sun travels to the earth. There is nothing between earth and sun. So radiation. Only the water at the bottom of an electric kettle is heated, but the heat travels all through the water until it boils. Convection. If there is any liquid or gas, you're saying it convection. Okay, I've changed the color of these three phenomena. Now, the handle of the metal spoon left in hot coffee gets hot. It's conduction. A central heating radiator warms a room, convection. A grill in the top of the oven heats the food. Below it, radiation. The air in a refrigerator is cooled throughout, even through the cooling element is at the top of the refrigerator, convection. Okay, now we'll move to our next page of worksheet, heat on the move. What is the chapter number of heat on the move? Chapter number 10. This is, I think, last question of chapter number 10 worksheet. The picture below shows a saucepan. It is made of two things: handle, bottom. Handle should be made of insulator, bottom should be made of conductor. Conductor because we have to cook something. If it will be conductor, heat will cook our food. And why its handle should be made of with insulator? Because if the handle is not made of insulator, the cook's hand will be burnt. Now question number 2 answer is which material, I think they're asking. Name one part of the saucepan that should be a good insulator of heat. I've told you already, it's the handle. Okay, and then they are asking question about suggest suitable materials for part 1 and 2. Yes, the handle of the saucepan should be good insulator of heat so that it can stop heat traveling up the handle and burn the cook's hand. Now the last page or last slide of chapter number 10 worksheet, and it's the suggest suitable materials for each of the parts of the saucepan you named. So what should be what the bottom should be made of? I think stainless steel. Okay, and the handle should be made of wood or plastic. Last chapter, grade 7, and then our live streaming will be finished. And that last chapter name is physical and chemical properties, physical and chemical changes. It's chapter number 9. Okay, physical and chemical changes. Liquids change shape when you move them around in a container. Second, Philip, is do not change shape when you move them. You know that it's a solid. Moving a liquid from a bottle to a drinking glass does not change its volume. Okay, fourth is when a liquid freezes, it turns into a solid. It's clear. When a solid turns into a liquid, we say it has melted. To turn a solid into a liquid, you must heat it. To turn a liquid into a solid, you must cool it. MCQs, which of the following is a chemical change? Rusting. An example of a physical change is the dissolving sugar in tea. An example of a chemical change is baking. See, cooking, burning and baking is the chemical change. Chemical change is the change that changes the chemical structure, the arrangement of atoms in a substance. And physical change is the change that is not changing the chemical setup. It is just changing the arrangement of particles. If they are closely packed, then it is solid. If they are loosely packed, then it is liquid. If they are far apart, then it is gas. Okay, now fourth one is which of the following statement does not describe a reversible change? It's exploding firework. Exploding firework is not a reversible change. It's irreversible. See, irreversible change is chemical change. The rusting of iron is considered to be a chemical reaction or irreversible change because the rust cannot be changed back to iron. Which word would you use to describe a substance that releases energy when it is burnt? It is exothermic. When a fuel burns, it releases heat energy. How is heat energy measured? Joules. Which of the following is true about burning fossil fuels? A lot of energy is produced. A mixture of iron filling and sulfur was heated. What will be formed? A compound of iron sulfide will be formed. Ninth one is which of the following never occurs during a chemical reaction? The answer is atoms are never born. The correct answer is atoms are never destroyed and atoms are never born during a chemical reaction. It's the rule. We can't create atoms. Then the 10th one is, which of the following is a chemical? Atoms are changed to different atom. It can never happen. Huh? Atom will remain the same. Now the 10th one is, which of the following is a physical change? It is molten steel solidifying. Any fuel that contain it's the 11th one. Okay, we're moving to next page. Definitely it will be answering it. No. Let me see. Fuels contain the element carbon and hydrogen. What name will be given to it? The name of this compound will be hydrocarbon. Okay, now we'll move to our, I think, second last page. Yes, hydrogen and carbon dioxide are both products if they are formed in an experiment. You will see gases. This can be a sign that a reaction has taken place. Okay, during a chemical reaction, what happens? Gas is mostly evolved, and if you have mixed two things and a gas has evolved, it means that it's a chemical change. Now B part. Other signs of a chemical reaction include an increase in heat or a temperature, change in temperature or color. C part is physical changes such as condensation or boiling do not make new materials and are easily reversed, or for example by cooling, which causes bubbles. The substances you start with are called reactants, and the things that are made, they are called products. Because zinc consists of only one type of atom, it is element, and carbon dioxide is made of two types of atoms, carbon and oxygen, so it is compound. A shorthand way of showing a chemical reaction is to use a word equation. You can also add here word. Okay, now next question is, the fuel methane methane and octane both contain hydrocarbons. Octane has formula C8H18 and methane has formula CH4. Which two elements do methane and octane has contain carbon and hydrogen? Name the two compounds formed when methane is burnt. Water and carbon dioxide. Give the formula for the two products when methane is burnt. Write a word equation. I'm showing you word equation when two things are burning. See, I have made it here. Methane plus oxygen is equal to is going to, see the equation I have written here. Methane plus oxygen, arrow is showing the chemical change. Here, water plus carbon dioxide. Write a balanced symbol equation to represent the complete combustion or burning of methane, CH4 plus oxygen. And when methane is burning in the presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide is produced and water is produced. Why does the complete combustion of methane and octane produce the same products? As they both are made of same elements. Thanks for watching. Thanks for helping me out in this. I have stood out with a new concept that I should help you out in your concept clearance. Thanks for watching.